Alright, got the new channel back in. I put a little bit of retro rubber. When you pull these apart, I just got done doing a retrofit on my headlights, but when you pull it apart, you can see the gray butyl. My assumption is factory. There's none down here. This is kind of a press fit thing in the track, so when this thing isn't whole, it doesn't have its structure anymore, so when it was pulling up, it was essentially grabbing this and pulling up, causing the window to bind. There's a little bit of butyl here around that top edge, and used thin amounts. There's a little bit here, and it's similar on this other one. There's remnants of it here, but if this thing does its job, I can't imagine that you need to run it the entire length. The other one didn't have this much on it. And you know, if I realize that it's leaking in the door, and I'll check it, I'll pull it out and put more in. It can be a mess when it's hot out, so keep that in mind. You're talking not even 1/16 of an inch of butyl or whatever, and you just to jam it down in that little tiny spot there, because when you start prying on this stuff here, whatever keeps its form, wire, whatever's inside this curvature, when you bend it out, it doesn't want to go back, so there's some kind of metal inside this rubber. Anyway, so it's back in. You just kind of got to press it into place. I'm sure over time it'll soften up. And this is what I was talking about. You kind of have to pinch it back in once somebody has kind of changed its shape. And if you use too big of a piece of butyl or whatever, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get back to where it goes. But nonetheless, then, so this was for your door panel removal, but you can also use this to slightly guide down in that track to get that rubber to push back in. And then off camera I already lubed everything back up, so we'll go ahead and throw this thing back together real quick and test it. See if I can catch it all on video here. No fancy equipment here, boys and girls. Except for hand cleaner when I'm done with this mess. Put your plastic. See, I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm recording myself. We want to put the glass back in. Bring your glass from the outside. Don't hit your fucking paint. Get the front corner in. Work your hand around it. I don't know if all this is coming on video. Kind of nosedive like a shark fin, and once you get in there, get past all the stuff, you get in your track. You can see kind of both. Make sure you're in your track. Right now, I'm not in this side all the way, and you don't want to be binding glass any more than completely necessary, because the last thing you want is a shit to fucking break. See, I'm off track. Now I'm in there. So the back is in, and you can kind of feel where are we at here? This is the front of the door. You can feel whether you're in the rubber on the track, and then it'll slide itself to where it's snug again, and then you can just come down. Fucking spiders. Hook your switch up. I don't think we need the air on, it's not even cold. Okay, all the way. Get your window to where it's going to match up. Be careful with this, because alright, you need to be able to reach both screws. You can move the track itself, and on the track it's got two little feet. There's a little foot here. This goes on the back side of the glass. The glass will sit on top of the track. 10 millimeter here, and 10 millimeter here, same deal. There's another little foot. It's not rocket science. Get your 10 millimeters and hold those in started.